Hi, I'm Samantha McDouglas from thebridgeteachers.com. Come look over my shoulder at a play problem.
Let's take a moment and look at the auction. The partner opened one club, showing 3 or more clubs and 12 or more points. Our right-hand opponent overcalled one no trump, showing a balanced hand, 15 to 18 points, and a stopper in clubs. Our hand bid 2 spades. This should be 5 or more spades, and a hand that doesn't want to defend one no trump. Our left-hand opponent passed. Our partner bid 3 spades, probably invitational. Our right-hand opponent passed, and we took the push and bid 4 spades. Our left-hand opponent led the 9 of hearts. So we're going to talk about the hand a little bit, and then I'm going to go through the hand as it was played through trick 6. And then I'm going to ask you from there what your plan would be for the rest of the hand, particularly what you're going to do on trick 7. So let's talk about the hand. The first thing I want you to do is think about the points. When no trump has been bid by one of the hidden hands, it allows us to get a very close approximation of the strength of the other hidden hand. So let's take a moment and look at that. On this auction, East bid one no trump, showing 15 to 18 points. Now when we look at our hands, we have 22 points. We have 12 points in the north hand and 10 points in the south hand. So, with our 22 points, if East has 15, how many points does West have? 3. We have 22. With 15, that would bring the total to 37. There are 40 points in the deck. 40 minus 37 is 3. So once you get that number, you know that if East is at the bottom of their range, it's 3. Well, we know that if East has 16, West only has 2. If East has 17, West only has 1. And if East has 18, West has 0. So West has 0 to 3 points. Now this may be useful to us on the play of the hand, and it may not, but it is a skill that I want you to work on developing. When no trump has been bid by a hidden hand, it gives you a very close approximation of what the points are in the other hidden hand, and that can be very useful. This is a skill that is really useful to develop. It's something that takes a lot of time to develop, so I want you to think about doing it anytime no trump's been bid by a hidden hand. Now on every hand, after the opening lead, I want you to take time to assess the hand. In a trump contract, we assess the hand by counting losers. If you want to take a moment to do that, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to do so. So we're going to count the trump suit last. Looking at the heart suit, we have 2 losers, the ace and the queen. In clubs, we have 1. That 10 is a loser. And in diamonds, we have 1. We can take one of our 2 with the ace, and the other one is going to potentially lose. Now, spades is a little trickier because we don't know what the distribution of the suit is. So if it is 2 and 2, we're in danger of losing 1 trick. If it is 4 and 0, we could potentially lose 2 tricks. How many I would count is dependent on the rest of the hand. If I already have too many losers, I'm going to be optimistic. If I already look like I'm making the hand with flying colors, I'm going to be pessimistic. On this hand, where we're already coming into the spade suit with 4 losers, I'm probably going to be optimistic. And part of that is I'm fairly confident the ace and the queen of hearts are in the east hand, so I am almost certainly going to lose those tricks. I don't need to borrow trouble in spades. Now, before we go off onto the 6 tricks, I do want to ask you one more question. What are you going to be looking for on this hand? What cards seem important for you? So I want you to ID the key. Pick out something that's important to watch for and then watch for it. I'm going to give you 3 seconds. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, and now we are off to the races. The declarer played the 10 of hearts. East played the queen and won the trick. East now played a club. Our hand played the 10. West played the jack, and our hand played the queen. Declarer now led the jack of spades, which was covered. we covered the king, and now cashed the queen. And now led another heart. East won the ace and returned the 8 of hearts. We won the king. Here we are, trick 6. Now I want you to take a moment and reassess the hand. So we're going to do that by counting losers again. All of the spades have been pulled. The opponents don't have any trump, so all of our spades are good, no losers. When we look at the club suit, we have only the ace, so we have no club losers. In hearts, we don't have any hearts in our hand, so we don't have any heart losers. And in diamonds, we still have one loser because we still have 2 diamonds, one of which the ace will win and the other of which is pretty certain to lose. With all of that in mind, what is your plan to take the rest of the tricks? It's to get rid of the 4 of diamonds by discarding. What are we going to discard the 4 of diamonds on? The good 7 of hearts. The 7 of hearts is the high heart. And if you were watching and you realized that the 7 of hearts was good, you can simply play the 7 of hearts, throw away the diamond, and now your hand is good for making 5 for a very, very, very good result. Let's go back. So when we talked about IDing the key on this hand, there are a couple of things that I would look for. The first thing I would look for is the king of spades. I would also be mindful of the 10 and the 9. Probably that's not going to matter, but it might. In clubs, I would be thinking about the king of clubs and the jack of clubs, and in diamonds, the king and the queen of diamonds. Now in hearts, and this would be of particular interest for me, I would be looking for the 8. So why is the 8 such an important card to look for? Because we have the 7 and the 9 was played. Let's look at all 4 hands. Because the 9 was led, this gives us great potential for making the 7 good. So when you look at the heart suit, you want to say, I care about the ace, I care about the queen, I'm going to pay attention to those 2 cards, but I'm also going to pay attention to the 8. Because if the ace, the queen, and the 8 play, my 7 is good. And if you recognize that at the very beginning of the hand, then you'll know when the 7 is good. If you're trying to keep track of all 4 suits and you haven't thought about what specifically you're looking for, it's going to be a lot harder to pay attention to that 8 of hearts. At the beginning of the hand, you want to ID the key. You know what? That 8 of hearts is a really important card. I'm practically looking at a great sequence here. I can see the jack, 10, 9, 7. The only thing I'm missing is the ace, the queen, and the 8. And if you identify that at the very beginning of the hand, then when East plays the 8, you'll go, my 7 is good, and you'll get rid of that diamond for a very nice score. Thank you. I hope this video helped improve your skills in this amazing game. Like and subscribe to see more.